Hey gang, it's time for another Out of Reach Ideas. I don't know if that's even a good name. If you think of a better one, put it in the comments or something. And today I'm going to be talking about the sometimes good guy, sometimes bad guy, sometimes the love interest of Spider-Man, who is clearly not Catwoman, Black Cat. She, as she normally appears, I think she was come up with in the 80s, and it shows. If that's the case, it really shows. If not, then they were a big fan of the 80s, I guess. She has this, like, huge hair, big old lips. She's got way too much cleavage, and she's got, like, this fur, like, coat thing, like, going on. Yeah, needless to say, probably, I don't like her very much. I don't think she's a very good character. I feel like she's pretty much a ripoff of Catwoman. Yes, I'm sure she can be done well. I'm sure she has been done well. But just on the principle of the thing, it's like, really? Like, really? Did we need this? Like a glam 80s Catwoman? Yeah, that's what the reading public wants. Okay, so no, I don't like her. So one day, I was bored, and I was drawing, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny if she was like this fat chick? Which, okay, that sounds terrible, but, like, what if she was just sort of, I don't know, unattractive and, like, weird, and she thought Spider-Man was in love with her, but really he was just like, what? No, what? Like, but because they're always in a situation where she's, like, stealing, he, like, doesn't really have time to bother with correcting her misconceptions. So, I thought of a girl who is, yes, kind of overweight. No, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not attractive. So, yeah, but she's just weird. Like, she is a weird person. She doesn't seem to really get what's going on in the world around her in a lot of ways. She kind of lives in a fantasy world. And from that, I guess I sort of pulled that from, this. One thing I decided to do was give her a little Hello Kitty patch on her jacket, because, I don't know, I just thought that went along with the cat thing and was kind of hilarious, and to me, like, it's, I don't know, it's just sort of a symbol of, like, Japanese culture and adorableness. So, like, the fact that it's, like, the inspiration for her becoming this thief is really kind of funny. So, first of all, I gave her a suit that actually makes some kind of sense. Oh, this glam 80s fur, skin tight, I don't even know what. I don't even, you know what, no. Just no. I gave her a t-shirt and a jacket, like a leather jacket, and I think I gave her what? I gave her, like, some shorts, and, like, really short shorts, and then, like, leggings. Like, maybe even, like, mismatched leggings. And high tops, because, well, like, what else are you gonna wear when you're a burglar? Seriously, high tops, it's the way to go. So, I think I did have them mismatched. And I thought that it would be hilarious if she was always going around, like, sort of feeling, like, she is stealing stuff and she knows it, sort of. But she doesn't really seem to view that as, like, a problem. She just sort of does what she wants, and is weird. And one time I had her carrying around, I had her have made her own, like, cat ear, burglar mask thing. And I think she had a Hello Kitty t-shirt as well. But with the Hello Kitty and some of these other things, I was like, oh my gosh, she's an otaku. Like, the homemade costume, the patches that she clearly, like, sewed on herself. I even at one point had given her, like, a little, like, magical wand, which, like, she had, like, taped Christmas lights to or something. And she was like, this is the power of friendship! I will defeat you, right? Like, this is the type of person we're dealing with here. And Spider-Man is just like, what even the crap? He's like, I don't So she, like, I think it would be hilarious to do this character, and to have Peter then, like, see her again at, like, an anime convention. Like, I don't think he would necessarily be into anime, but maybe Gwen Stacy would. She's kind of a nerd. But, like, he sees her again at this convention, and he's like, oh my gosh, there can't be two ones like that. She, like, hits him with it, like, just, like, gently in the head. It's kind of like, when she goes out and steals, she's cosplaying as a character, you know? And, like, she gets so into it, you know? I had this picture of her room, too, where she just has, like, these shelves, like, lined with, like, manga and, like, figurines. I had a fictional Japanese series called, what was it? Oh, man, I can't even remember. It was like a combo title between Sailor Moon and Fist of the North Star, which I thought was hilarious. I think it was just Sailor of the North Star. I think that's what it was. But, yeah, so I love the idea that she's this sort of weird person. Like, okay, have any of you ever seen Kim Possible? You know Deanne Amy? She is this crazy scientist who absolutely loves what is the world equivalent of Beanie Babies. They're called Cuddle Buddies, and they're these weird fusions between two creatures. So, like, there's one called a pandaroo and a flamingote. Like, so, she's, like, evil, but she loves these cute things, and they're her motivation for being evil. She kidnaps people for genetic experiments. That's why her name is D.N. Amy, right? And she will, like, try and combine animals so that she can make real-life cuddle buddies. That's her motivation. And I just found that hilarious. Like, and I think that's sort of what my vision of Black Cat, like, if I were to do this, that's what I would make her. She wouldn't necessarily be a major recurring character, but she would definitely, like, if it was animated, I'd love to give her, like, a transformation sequence where you, like, go all around her. Obviously, she's not really transforming, but it's just, like, sort of how she feels in the moment, and, like, that, I think, would be really fun to animate with, like, sparkles everywhere, and, like, whatever, and she's, like, holding up her stupid little, like, stick with Christmas lights on it, and it, like, lights up. I just think that would be really funny. Just a sort of evil character, but, like, she does it because she loves cute things. I don't even know. And I don't even know necessarily what she would be stealing. I feel like maybe gems. I don't know. There are always a bunch of gems lying around. I don't know why. Why do they always have, like, a huge, like, cut gemstone sitting around in a museum? I've seen that, like, a couple of places, but not everywhere. I mean, I think I saw it at a natural history museum, not, like, just a... Anyway. But, yeah, I think maybe this, or maybe some kind of collectible, like, Hello Kitty memorabilia or something. That would be hilarious. And so, like, Spider-Man would have to learn about Hello Kitty to figure out, like, what her next target would be. That would be really funny. Like, there's these collector plates belonging to whoever, and he would just be like, oh my gosh, I had, like, no idea there were this many people who were into Hello Kitty. It's like, what even, I don't even know. And again, if Gwen Stacy is kind of a nerd, it would be kind of funny to have her be, like, a closet Hello Kitty fan. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Or at least be able to find somebody who does, oh, you know what would be awesome? Is if, Mary Jane knows about Hello Kitty. Like, she doesn't ever admit it to anybody, but just, like, secretly in her room, she has, like, all these Hello Kitty stuffed animals. It could even feel like she's gonna steal something from Mary Jane. Like, Mary Jane's a target. That would be hilarious. Anyway, this was kind of a short one. But, yeah, I like my otaku, you know, I call upon the power of friendship to defeat you. Like, sort of distracting Spider-Man with just how weird she is. Like, that's her getaway scheme, essentially, is just being weird. Like, not like she does it on purpose, but the things she does, like, actually help her. Anyway, the idea is that she's this sort of weirdly naive and innocent, but really villainous at the same time, like, person. And, Peter has to, like, deal with her in her warped version of reality. And, she's just kind of weird. I like that character a lot better than, like, glam 80s Catwoman. It's just stupid. Anyway, if you don't know who Deanne Amy is, please look her up, because she's fantastic. Making real-life genetic abominations because you love stuffed animals is, like, the best villain ever. And that's all I have to say. Alrighty. Bye, everybody.